Today we're going to do flip throughs on my little waterfall journals. Ciao dear hearts. Hey, thanks for coming into the studio with us and hanging out with us today. My name is Caterina. My friends all call me Kat, and my husband Don Digison, who is wonderful, is behind the camera. And we're really excited to share my journals with you today. Well, we want to thank you first for all of your subscriptions, your thumbs up, your shares, your likes, your comments. Thank you, thank you. We so appreciate that. And we're going to get started. I'm going to share my journals with you right now. Ready? These are the journals that we created last time. Actually, we created this one based on my prototype. This was the first one that I created, and they're both based on the war in Ukraine. So I wanted to share them with you because I finished them, and I don't usually share my finished work with you. So I thought, well, this would be kind of fun to do a flip through. And you can see what I did. So in this journal, he wants me to keep this flat, so I have to remember to do that. So anyway, in this journal, I decided to work on the war in Ukraine. And so this says a hospital in Mariupol, Ukraine. And Mariupol has been on the news a lot lately. And so this is a game piece that I used some glue to put on here, and then I rubbed it off so that it wouldn't look so nice and shiny and perfect. And then the cover opens and it says Ukraine that I stitched, and then the rest of the words and everything are blanked out. And then the back is this is the way Ukraine was to begin with, and now it's kind of a mess. And on the pages, it talks about the Russians coming in and that someone was killed by the Russians. And then the paper, there are two pages that have the bits and pieces of world news about the Ukrainian war on them at the beginning. And then the rest is, these are stitches that represent the bombs. This is the trajectory of the bomb. This is the bomb going off. And then what happens is the mess that they create. So this is about the fire that is created from the bombs going off. And then you have the mess that war creates. And all of the strings flowing down to me represent the tears and the blood and the devastation that occurs with war. And then we have more. It just keeps going on and on. It just doesn't stop day after day, day after day. Weapons training in the city in a cinema. So how unusual and how torn apart the city is, and that it's creating so many refugees and such a problem for everyone, not just the Ukrainians, but for all of us. So this is, to me, this is a way for me to put my feelings down into this book, and to release and let go of the frustration that I feel, and my sense of sadness and horror for the people in Ukraine. So that is the first book that I did, and I had started that just as we were working on this. And one of the reasons I wanted to share these with you is to give you an idea of how I create things. And what I like to do is to work with a feeling that I have about something, and then use that feeling to come up with one idea, and then work on that idea over and over, like a repetitive form. So in other words, the bombs going off, and the destruction that it causes, and the fire that it creates, and the terror and the horror. So, but in a way that doesn't show dead babies and things like that, because I'm really not a political artist. I just create art that's from my heart. So this is the book that I made in the video last time, and it's a little bit larger than this one. If you haven't seen that video, you're going to want to go look at it. And I keep trying to hold them up to show them to you, but I know you can see them perfectly if I keep it laid flat. So this is another game piece, and this is just a piece of word that from a text piece from a page from a book that I glued there. And then in this book, I seem to like creating books about a lack of communication. I don't know what it is, but I really like that. And so this book is about the lies that Putin has told. It makes no sense. He's talking in circles, and he's damaging the country. So this is using the same thought pattern through the whole book, and it explains that, you know, there's no rhyme or reason at all. This is just all completely, you know, made up, and it's completely talking in circles. So both of these books are collage books, and you know, this one is of course slow stitching. This was not the easiest book to work in. I'll be honest with you. It took quite a bit because some of the pages were still kind of wet, and so I had to work with that. Although I did like the fact that it kept the pages kind of supple in here because of the wetness of the book. But all of this is slow stitching, and I just finished it yesterday, so it's been quite a while now. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So it's just using just plain stitches, really simple stitches. You don't have to be fancy in your work. You just have to come up with an idea and then follow that idea through. You don't have to come up with lots of different things for every page. In fact, it's probably better that you don't. That you stick with one idea and just keep working it until it's done. Now the technique that I used was to glue. These are just pages from the newspaper that you know, are just so devastating, and then I used white gesso to go over it. This is a gray that I had that was left over, and just put that on there because, you know, everything is pretty gray. It's pretty difficult right now. So that's what I did for this book. Now on this one, this is completely collaged, and the pages are different pages from different things. This is like a piece of wrapping paper that just had letters on it, and actually, you know, I just put this together really not knowing how it was going to turn out or what was going to happen. The hole punches are not these. Obviously, they've come from other things. And then I used a white gesso to cover the page. And then, of course, a lot of this is collage and transfer collage that I use. So we have a video in one of our videos, and it's about transferring pages onto the work to create more texture, because this is a book that creates a lot of texture. It's about lying. It's about speaking in circles, and so I really wanted to have a lot of texture about that, because when someone lies to you, you become angry, you become upset, and so there's a lot of texture involved in that. So that's why I did it. So we're at ciao for now. I know it's a short video this time, but next time when we get together, hopefully, see, we're still in transition. We haven't found a place yet. We're still looking, but we're getting really close. And so we hope we'll have a place within like this weekend. So we hope. Anyway, we'll see how that works out. So what I wanted to say was next time we get together, we're going to do a collage video. We'll work in my beautiful book, and we'll see how that all turns out. I think I can keep paste and some paper out so that we have that to work with, and then we'll just see what happens. So hopefully next video I'll be able to tell you that we're moving, we're all packed, we're getting ready to go, and we're very excited. So we are sending you all of our love, and we'll see you next time. So ciao for now.